Good morning, knobheads. How are we all? A little bit late with this video as War 9 has already finished and we are sort of during the break day. But War 9 versus Masked Titans today. A little bit of a longer war because Shuri does a lot of the heavy lifting today. We bring along Nico, Minoru, the goth chick, and Spider-Woman comes along, and if you're patient enough to stay till the end of the video, we get to see Spider-Woman eat a perfectly cooked massive porterhouse. Slightly bigger war for me today. We're going path 3 into path 5 today, and then we've got a couple of minutes. Attuma on 37 was a last minute addition, and Rintrah on 46. So starting off with Red Skull, I had to do a lot of changing around in my plan this war. We was originally going to go with Shuri, and then I sort of went with the idea of Kushala. In the end, needed to change some things. But we opted for Nico today. I wanted to give her a spin. It's a very easy fight. I've never used her before. I got lucky in a couple of the featured crystals. So we used the buff immunity pre-fight, and then essentially you just keep spamming specials to keep it refreshed. And fire L2 first, into L1, and just keep repeating, apply loads of poisons, and he's never going to get a single armor. And if he never gets a single armor, we can't bleed to death. I'm still happy to relatively happy to do this fight with Shuri as I have done before, but as War 1 showed, a single mistake, you just need to get hit once and it's an instant death. And it's just not worth it. Sure, the easy thing is to just not mess up, but we know what this game's like. Miss a parry, it's very easy to do. And, you know, I suck. Anyway, this is the end of the fight. That was, yeah, ridiculous. Very, very impressed with that. And we can move to node 12, Enchantress, who just needs to stop being placed here, really, with Spider-Woman. The first time I took this, which I think was also War 1, again, super, super easy. This was still very easy, just went a little bit more complicated. Still had my Power Start 1 boost active. And what I didn't appreciate was, again, it's safe to use, it's essentially safe to ignore Enchantress's spells with Spider-Woman once enough debilitates her up, I should add. What I didn't appreciate was that she has the sort of sub-blessing of evading knockdowns. So my initial plan was to go for L2 and then obviously back to spam L1s, but that kind of failed. I still got Furies and stuff, but it just didn't work so well. Finally we knock her down. Yeah, I'm just not really going to play her other stuff. It's just parry, hit, play the strike counter. I don't care about her specials. I do care about untouchable. So we are just going to play for that one. We're going to get punched in the face. It's definitely not as smooth as the first time I took this fight, but it's still easy enough. I'm not worried at all. And I think this is the fight. Yeah, there we go. Nice big 102k casual sting. And we can move on to section 2, where we've got Destroyer. Different node to the one I died on a couple of wars ago. And again, the original plan was Spider-Woman, and it's just not safe. I think she'll get it done, but I will take so much damage in ruptures due to all the buffs I have. It's just going to be a potion sink, considering I need to use her afterwards. So we've gone with Shuri, which is why I wanted to get her in the team. The plan is to essentially play normally, but try to utilize my untouchable lots so that I can use that as safe openings for intercepts, and I won't get beaten up as a result. It was kind of difficult to gauge using my very tiny 5-star Shuri because she's only rank 1, so it was very easy to just sort of take a couple of block hits and be close to death already. I also obviously this time need to really focus on not letting him throw L1s. So I'm being very patient with my openings. I did already land an intercept, the protection's back now. Throw the damn L2. An L1 is you know, it's not going to hurt me, but the danger is I obviously don't want him to start stacking them up, because then I will die. So we're not going to bother trying to get an intercept yet, just focus on pushing him to 2 bars and then we can reset. There we go, intercept on, protection's off, and we can go back to spamming a few crits and getting some more shocks on. And the plan is going very well. Shuri is a really good champ. I do really enjoy using her. I use her quite a lot sort of over my time in Alliance War. Whoops. But she is just a bit slow, and that's fine. She's extremely safe, and I prefer safety over speed. Now I'm just hard blocking. I don't dare let him throw another L1. And the shocks are just going to tick him down through protection while I bait the last L2, and we can finish him off. Very, very satisfying fight. Worked to plan, and yeah, nice. And we're going to keep Shuri. The original plan here for Warlock was Galen, but I couldn't fit him in. So yeah, Shuri's cool. And what we did, we turned off Salve and Willpower Masteries here, so that he can't sort of power drain and degen me. And again, it's just going to be easy play, get a couple of shallow light intercepts off here and there, and we're just going to shock him down. This guy's a big rank 4, doesn't matter what special he throws. Much prefers fighting this guy on this node than Destroyer, that's for sure. I'm not entirely sure where that little spout of degen came from, if I'm honest. But it's okay. It's not putting me in danger. It's so easy to forget that this tactic exists as well. Like the damage from power detonation is just so negligible. I think this fight might have been longer than the Destroyer fight, which is the whole reason this video is approaching 15 minutes. So I'm sorry about that. I probably should have sped this up, but I'm mid-recording now, and quite frankly, I can't be bothered. If you've made it this far, then hopefully you'll go all the way. If you haven't made it this far, you probably won't go all the way. I promise there's only one more Shuri fight after this though. And there we go. At least we were under 100 hits, so that was nice. Again, very easy, very satisfying. Salve and Willpower back on, even though I don't really need them for this Attuma fight. Yeah, node 37 here. For a little while, when I was prepping for the fight, I had the old version of this node in my head, where being immune to Dex triggers power gain. And so I wanted to turn Dex off and was talking about it, and my teammates thought I was weird. And then we sort of realised what the issue was here. That doesn't exist anymore. He does shrug off debuffs, 5 at a time per special thrown, which I think removes his concussions as well, which is nice. Otherwise, the only thing I have to be careful of is root, which isn't a problem, and try and keep on top of the regens and not let them stack too high. Which is really difficult to do when you're rooted and he's close to you. That's okay, I don't care about a couple of regens at the start of the fight while I'm ramping. Once we get a few shocks on him and whatever else, he's going to start ticking down anyway. And I'm not going to be an idiot and just stay close to him forevermore. Overall, we do a pretty good job handling the regens. Now I can lay into him a bit. The good thing is my special does apply a little bit of distance between us as well. Yeah, we're sort of on top of things now. Slightly slow start, but really nothing to worry about. There was originally one more Shuri fight in my plan, which was Photon on 48. She can do it very, very well, but quite frankly, I'm not used to it. And we had the legend who is MP in our group who had a Koi, and he's just a pro at that fight, so we gave it to him. Root caught me there, which is annoying. Nothing to worry about. He almost dead, and we can go into our final fight of the war. I promise that's the last of Shuri this war. Now, Rintrah on 46, big rank 4. It's got over 1 million health, and we're feeling good for this one. This is going to be a really nice fight. The plan was kind of pushed to L2 because of the sting damage, but I kind of forgot, and I was stressed, I didn't get in trouble over it, but underestimated his power gain a little bit, and when he started getting there a little bit too quickly, we kind of decided to slow down, but I'm getting ahead of myself, so we're just going to watch the fight. Ideally, I don't want to block him much, because of the inexorable passive he gets, and then the increased power gain. We're not giving him any charges because I'm immune to neutralize, and I think also the debilitates and whatever else. Anyway, I'm probably making myself sound like a noob now. Yeah, he just, there we go, that little bit of power gain there just took me a little bit by surprise, and I thought maybe I'll slow down just a touch. Ideally, I would have had a little bit more power before throwing the L2. And now we can just ramp up our L1s. Annoyingly, most of my Furies had fallen off. We've got a bunch back. Notice we haven't blocked a single hit yet, taken any damage, and that always feels nice. Coming into the closing stages now. I think one more set of shocks does it. Annoying thing I still hold a torch for Spider Pig in this sense is that the poppers reapply, and I know that Spider Woman would just be far too OP for that, but here we go. Massive stings at the end for the L2, which is increased damage as well. 0 damage taken, which is lovely. And yeah, a perfect fight to end what felt like a really nice war for me. We also got a much needed win today. We were much better in our performance, so GG's to Mars Titans. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you for the home stretch. Bye!